All right. Now we're doing freeCodeCamp, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, object-oriented programming, understand the prototype chain. All right. So all objects in JavaScript, with a few exceptions, have a prototype. Also, an object's prototype itself is an object. Thank you. Look, guys, I've already, like, clearly, I don't know if y'all know, but I rehearse these videos before I do them because, you know, I'm not going to go into these blind. I did that, what, a year ago, almost 2 years ago. That's terrible practice. Fact is, I've gotten all the way up to here so far, 5 lessons later, right? Because, you know, whatever. Anyway, that being said, it does get a little, as long as we keep going, it will get a little less confusing by the 5th one of these today. All right, so let's just keep running through it. And also, this is going to be horrible. All right, this is like some joker wrote this thing. So just bear with it. All right, so now let's go through it again. All objects in JavaScript, with a few exceptions, have a prototype. Also, an object's prototype itself is an object. Okay. So function bird, we're doing the bird constructor right here, and it's got a name. Whenever we do the thing, it's got the name as the object, as the property. And then when we say type of bird dot prototype, I don't know, it's going to give us an object. All right. So because a prototype is an object, a prototype can have its own prototype. Oh, thanks. In this case, the prototype of bird.prototype is object.prototype, all right? So since it's an object, it's also object.prototype because every object has its own prototype. That's basically what this thing's saying. So object.prototype is, what does it say? Prototype of. Object.prototype is prototype of, and then bird.prototype will give us true because it is, I guess. Honestly, I don't know. This is so hard. So how is this useful? We may recall the hasOwnProperty method from a previous challenge. So let duck equal new bird Donald. All right. So we're making a new bird using this thing right here, and it's got the name Donald. And duck.hasOwnProperty name will give us a true because it does have this property, right? So the hasOwnProperty method is defined in object.prototype, which can be accessed by bird.prototype. Oh my God. Which can then be accessed by duck. This is an example of the prototype chain. In this prototype chain, bird is the supertype for duck, while duck is the subtype. Object is a supertype for both bird and duck. Object is a supertype for all objects in JavaScript. Therefore, any object can use the hasOwnProperty method. I swear, whoever wrote this is a hilarious joker, don't you think? Because look at this thing. What are we supposed to do with this? Anyway, so I have figured this is what they're trying to say here. Okay. Object. This is the prototype chain. There's object first. Object first. Object. And then there's going to be bird. And then there's going to be duck. All right. And so this is how the chain works. This is the sub type of this one, and this one's the subtype of this one. And because they're all objects, they all have own property, right? Therefore, any object can use the hasOwnProperty method. All right. So now we're going to modify the code to show the correct prototype chain, right? And so basically all we got to do is this thing right here for this. So, I mean, it's not that hard, but it's not that hard to do, but understanding it, I mean, even right now, just reading this, I'm already re-confused from, but in like 4 lessons, we'll get it straightened out again. But this has already confused me all over again. That being said, what we're going to do here is say object.prototype is prototype of, and then let's just wrap this thing in parentheses while we're at it. And then we'll say in front of this console.log like that. and then we'll take this out of here. And you see it does say true. So this is the correct way to do it. Do we understand it? I mean, if you understand it, great. Honestly, that's fantastic. Me, I'm not there yet, bro. I ain't there yet. It seems that it should be more. It seems like it should be simpler than what they explain it to be. I'm pretty sure this is really all it is. This is on top of this, is on top of this. So everything that's in this can go into here and goes into here as well, right? So that's basically, I think that's basically what the thing's saying. But it's also saying a full paragraph full of this nonsense. So whatever the case may be, it does say true, so it does work. Let's run the test, looks good, and submit it. All right. Now we're on to use inheritance so you don't repeat yourself. And we'll see you next time.